protect his benefactors and their billions of billions, he stopped the Gordie Howe Bridge from opening.
Gordie Howe Bridge, not open. Why? Because Donald Trump will sell out our country to the highest bidder.
Is there anything that these depraved centrists won't do to try to steal our aura? Abdul El-Sayed is running away with the race for Senate in Michigan, already answering what the establishment keeps pretending is still an open question: whether or not democratic socialism is popular. But if it wasn't, would they be copying us this shamelessly?
Gather around, children, for the tale of two bridges, a sordid tale of collusion, of corruption. The first bridge, the Gordie Howe Bridge. The second, the Ambassador Bridge, the largest privately owned bridge in America, owned by the Maroon family, known for their slimy business practices and tactics. As the opening of the Gordie Howe Bridge came to pass, the Maroons realized that they could not let this happen. Should this other bridge, another opportunity, open, it would mean that the Maroons would go from making billions and billions of dollars to making just billions of dollars. And of course, they could not let that happen. So what did they do? They called their benefactor, one Donald Trump, a would-be king holding office in a White House with now a very large ballroom, apparently. So what did the wannabe King Trump do? He did what any wannabe king would do. He used his power to complete the circle of corruption, to protect his benefactors and their billions of billions. He stopped the Gordie Howe Bridge from opening. So what is the lesson to be learned from this, children? That we need to get money out of politics, put money back in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all.
Okay, over here, we have the Ambassador Bridge. Trucks, freight moving back and forth from the Motor City to Canada, moving our economy forward. This bridge is open. It's owned by Donald Trump's biggest donor, Matty Maroon. They're collecting tolls with every passing. But wait a minute, look over here. The Michigan-made, Canada-paid Gordie Howe Bridge, not open. Why? Because Donald Trump will sell out our country to the highest bidder. Michiganders, when I'm your senator, this corruption will stop. And see, Abdul, it's more than two sentences.
We really have to watch them back to back like that because it's Gucci versus Kirkland brand. And if you're going to do the most Israeli thing ever and steal, at least put some effort into the production quality or something. It's honestly a great sign how terrified the establishment is of El-Sayed. And he's an expert at flipping their attacks right back on them.
When you said that you hoped that AIPAC could teach Stevens how to string two coherent sentences together, do you regret how you phrased that at all? Is that the right way to put it?
Obviously, Congresswoman Stevens is really smart, which is why it's so surprising that whenever you ask her why, for example, she took a trip to Portugal, paid for by Center Forward, one of the super PACs that is playing in this election, to Portugal with her mom, why she took that trip, why she's taking $30 million from AIPAC, where her money comes from, she struggles to explain what that is. And so I just think it's really important for us to get a clear explanation of where that money's coming from and what she's promised to these corporations and super PACs, including AIPAC, about what she plans to do for them when she's in office.
They're trying so hard to make this new crop of progressive candidates sound radical, but it is seriously the most hilarious thing to watch the conservatives and mainstream media clutch their pearls over such dastardly crimes as universal health care, housing, and education for all. They have to do that because the Corpo Dems work for corporations, not real people, so they can't just say what Abdul can.
Are we willing to let them continue to rig a system so that the next 250 look like the past 250, where the rich get what they want and the rest do what they can? Do we want an America where we make war simply because we can? Do we want an America where people continue to have to fight against their employers who have all the power and all the benefits? Or do we want an America where we are willing to come together across the divides they tell us we can't reach, of geography, of race, of faith, of ethnicity, of sexual orientation, gender identity, to build together the kind of America we know we yet can have. We can have nice things, but we can't do it alone. That's what this campaign is about.
That's why he's poised to win this primary and might push the establishment hack Haley Stevens out of her AIPAC bot seat. But we have to be honest here, Abdul is not a Democratic Socialist in name, likely because this is Michigan we're talking about after all. But there is another who takes on the mantle and would be the first actual Democratic Socialist governor. In yet another swing state, Francesca Hong might finally be shutting down the idea that socialism is a death mark for politicians. There is no question that democratic socialism is popular within the Democratic Party, and independents are also siding with us against the fascists. But surprisingly, even some Trumpers are coming around if they themselves are on the chopping block. Jeff Hanneman, 43, planted a no data center sign in his yard, and although he is a Republican who voted for President Trump, he decided to support a Democratic Socialist who has called for a pause in data center construction and is running for governor. I really don't think or care about the label, said Mr. Hanneman, who planted a Francesca Hong for Governor yard sign next to the other one. If she was voted into office, she could do a lot of good things for our state. Of course, conservatives only gain class consciousness once corporations are literally in their backyard. But as a people's movement, it doesn't matter where you started. It only matters that you join your fellow working human. Communities have all kinds. So when shit hits the fan, people come together. One of them, Marissa Johnson, 42, an independent voter, who hasn't made up her mind yet on the governor's race, said the issue was so resonating about data centers that she heard both Democrats and Republicans in town talking about voting for Miss Hong. It's so important that they're willing to overlook a socialist label, she said. I mean, just look at this person. He's got conservative MAGA voter written all over him, and yet there's the Francesca Hong flyer. The GOP has become the party of mass surveillance, too, another one of the big no-nos amongst conservatives. So at this point, there's really nothing that they can say against our politicians that isn't just describing Trump, but putting someone else's name in his place.
It's really funny to listen to Zoran Mamdani talk about other people's soft
Never
hands.
had a real job in his life. This is a real job. He doesn't take it seriously. I mean, his answer to affordability is grow up as a rich Nepo baby and then marry someone even wealthier than you, then take the money. I mean, we're talking, it looks like hundreds of millions of dollars from donor money.
Now, the scary part is that the more popular we get, the more violent the right is likely to get too, especially egged on by the dying brain stuck inside Trump's stained face. He's like a feral animal cornered in a last chance shelter. He knows his time is coming, so he's lashing out.
We'll vanquish communism quickly and send them into exile. We will send them quickly away.
Hear that, folks? I might be soon filling you in on the news from the beautiful country of Mexico. But hey, at least they have universal health care. Subscribe to U.S. Democratic Socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.